players now. Andre Lyles, you've been a part of this game for a couple of years. Your thoughts about the rivalry itself and getting ready for the 2011 football season?
I think we're well prepared for this year. And, the rivalry doesn't flip a switch. I mean, it's just a regular football game. I mean, try to win and treat every game the same. So the rivalry is not really the issue.
How about you, Fred? What are your thoughts on the opening game of the season?
Just like you said about the rivalry, we try to go into the season treating every game as the same. We work hard and practice for every opponent the same. We try to figure out their weaknesses and everything. We're looking pretty strong going into the 2011 season, and we're looking to give it our best.
Okay. Right now, we'll open up questions from the media.
For both of the coaches, what is the biggest challenge of a season opener that comes with a bigger stage, a bigger crowd, and a lot more emotion?
For our football team, the biggest challenge to me, is always the special teams. I think you got to be solid in your special teams in your opening football game, because that's the quickest way you can win a football game, is not being sound on your special teams. And then, of course, conditioning always is a big challenge with us, because of the limited number of practices that we get. Unfortunately, we don't get as many practices as we've gotten in the past before the new NCAA legislation came out. So you're always a little bit concerned about making sure your guys are in game top shape. And we had to push a little bit more this year because of the number two of days that we did not get this year. We only had 1 2 of days, so you had to do a little bit more conditioning during your acclimation period than you normally would not do.
I would agree with Coach on special teams. I think you get used to something in the fall camp, and you're trying to match that up then, game speed, game tempo. And then I would think, the other is just you've been going against each other for so long. Now, the excitement, the enthusiasm, trying to keep that all in check, that you get a familiar face and you get something different. And, we don't do things identical offense and defensively. So now we're facing something different. And just, the excitement and the anxiety and the enthusiasm that goes along with that, just keeping guys in check, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to.
For both coaches, again, this game has drawn a crowd for both years it's been played. What excites you most about what's happened in the first 2 years of this rivalry and the attention it's brought to this game?
Well, I think it's just that when it first came to thought of Two River Classic, no one thought that it would be this big, this fast. Everybody thought that it was going to be something that would grow over the period of time that you continue to play. But right out the gate, the community both communities jumped on it, and it's been an exciting time of the year for us here in Fayetteville to have an opportunity to play UNCP.
Yeah, met and exceeded all expectations. And to see the two crowds that we've had in the last 2 years, a lot of fun for everybody involved. Both fan bases have done a great job supporting it, whether it was at home or away. Just to see that many people in both stadiums was a great environment to play in. Very good for this area as well as Division II football.
For Coach Shinnick, both players have been trained really well. They said that this is just another game, and they're preparing for it. You guys have the experience to know that that's easy to say on Monday and different to feel that way on Saturday. What are your thoughts on how to prepare a team for a game that obviously is going to have them a little bit more hyper on Saturday afternoon?
Well, the crowd's going to be great. We know that. We haven't had many people come to practice, so if we walk out there and there's 9,000 plus like we've had, year one, it's just going to be a great environment. And just being able to focus on what's taking place on the field is really what we've been talking to them about as we prepare to do what we're doing. All that other stuff is great, but it's really what's going to take place between those lines. And again, going back to the anxiety, the excitement, the enthusiasm that goes with that, keeping that all in check, being able to play the way we hope we're capable of.
Andre, you're sitting there a couple feet from that big trophy and that cup. Can you just talk about that symbol of this rivalry? And I imagine you don't want to let that get away this weekend.
kind of more closer to my side than his side. We can't let this one get away this time.
Fred, does this game have any more meaning to you being from in town here? And obviously, I'm wondering if there's an extra demand on you for tickets and seats this week.
Well, I would say it's still the same. Of course, it's going to be a very exciting game, especially since I'm from Fayetteville, just like many of my teammates are. And I'm still going to approach it like I've done the past 2 years. I'm going to stay focused. We're all going to work together as a team, as one unit, and hopefully we'll come back out with the trophy one more time.
Coach Phillips, when you look at Pembroke, I don't know how much you've spent time studying them yet, but you're familiar with some of their personnel from years past. Who are a couple of the guys that stand out to you that you're paying close attention to this week?
Well, they still have, I've said this before, the two running backs that they put in the football game, two of the best running backs we faced in the past. And I know one of them graduated, but the other one is back. You have to be concerned about those guys because they're a football team that sticks to what they do, and that's run the football. And, as a defensive football coach, it's one of the things you have to do. You have to stop the run. If you can't stop the run, you kind of open yourself up to where they have a choice whether they want to run or pass. So, just looking at Coach and what he's done the last 2 years, it hasn't changed very much, and I don't see them changing this year from the things they've done in the past because of the success they've had in the past. If it's working, don't change it. So we look for them to run the football, set the tempo running the football, and we got to get out there and try to control their running game if we don't have a chance to win the football.